Imagine a world where private banking is accessible to everyone, where every retail investor is able to have highly tailor-made investment mandates with best payment solutions and a secure digital exchange. 17 years ago, when I was still a kid, I used to break dance and do all the breakbeat and this and that. And I was always looking for breakbeat music. And it was extremely hard back then because there was only mixtapes and few CDs. And it was always very hard to find this music. And one day I was introduced to the first digital peer-to-peer exchange, if you guys remember. It was called Napster, where you could share a file, music, whatever you want, regardless of what people would think about. And I realized that day that centralization, this model, is not going to work that well. More importantly, 2 years after Napster was created, there was d10e and Emule. And that day, I realized again that there's something further, is that we could do peer-to-peer, which is very important, but even more important if it's a decentralized way, because Emule and d10e was the first peer-to-peer decentralized platform that, regardless of who you were, you're able to upload and download content on this trusted network. So then I realized really that technology through a trusted network was going to take over every different industry. A few years later, I started working in private banking, creating wealth for wealthy people. That was a great thing, but there was something missing. So I started to work for different algo trading firms, for hedge funds, and that again was really good. You know, we were really using technology by automating and optimizing all the trading systems and the portfolio management. But again, I was like, there's something missing again. Those guys before, and they brought me something more interesting. And I realized it was that you needed not only technology, but a trusted network and a community to make sure that things were going to go much more agile and you were going to get to a new stage where technology was going to take over with a strong community. Coming from the off-chain world, from the banking world, you all realize that there's a lot of problems that banks are facing today. The first one would be probably that there's high fees, there's low transparency, as well there's no democratization, there's no customization. And it takes a lot of time to onboard different clients. That's the reason why people always stick to a bank. We're on the other side, the people who are on the chain, on the blockchain community. By the way, in this room, who does not have any cryptos? Raise their hand, don't be shy. I'm sure you got some. Well, I'm great that everyone has cryptos in this room. Well, you all know the same thing what's happening about cryptos is that it faces some problems to cryptos. The first thing is extremely volatile market. Every day we get highs and lows of new different cryptos. There's more and more cryptocurrencies. You can see more and more ICOs. Some of them are not legit at all. There's some hacks as well. And very importantly, when you get to investing, very often people know what to invest in, but it's very difficult to know how to invest and where to invest safely. At SwissBorg, what is our goal? A solution is a little bit like here, forming a community where all together we would swarm in our intelligence, and that here you have experienced portfolio managers that will bring in their portfolio management team. You could have some traders, you could have some social media bloggers, you could have some legal authorities as well. All together we'll be creating a Swiss cyber bank that will be based on a meritocratic system, where every contributor that brings something to the platform gets rewarded in tokens. And how we'll be applying this is first for the investment management and doing customization, automation, decentralization, and hopefully optimization, which is very important. So really creating a holistic wealth management approach through smart contracts and going forward with machine learning algorithms. What's the step today? Let's say, sir, you want to come in our platform, what would you do? We would do KYC, we'd like to know who you are. We'd like to know if your money is clean, so don't anti-money laundering for sure. And more importantly, we'll try to see what's your profiling, your risk, to know what kind of appetite you want, what kind of drawdown scenarios is it good for you or not, what types of ethical class you wanted to invest in. Based on that information, then you log on to our investment platform, which should be a platform with different token funds. These different token funds are portfolio of crypto assets that are segregated into 3 different classes: investment universe, number 2 in strategies, and number 3 in risk profile. So based on your best client profile risk, we would then choose the very best portfolio of cryptos to create your own different portfolio of cryptocurrencies. Obviously, you'll have reporting on the go, which makes completely sense. So what's our revenue model here? Performance fees, management fees based on our token funds, right? So as of today, we have different token funds that are on the chain, but going forward for family offices and banks that still want to get exposure to crypto, but don't want to invest within the chain, they'll have an off-chain fund that we're setting up with a seed of 35 million. We'll be doing smart mandates, and going forward, we'd like to have a digital exchange, which is very important for us to make sure that everything is based in Switzerland and is highly secured. So why us? Most of the portfolio management team and investment team have been working for over 12 years in different hedge funds, banks, and private banks. The tech team has been working for different tech companies, but more importantly, I think so we all have a background which is in fintech, and I think so that explains why today we're already generating revenues, and that's the reason why a lot of people are liking what we're doing. Who's advisors? Our advisors, that you recognize a lot of people, are experienced people in the blockchain world, in the banking world, and the tech world. When we look at our advisors, we just don't want to put a picture and say it's cool to have it on the board. We really utilize him and follow his guidance to make sure that he's really leveraging our company. We meet them on a monthly basis, or at least talk to them every month on at least 3 different hours, and we make sure that our team is decentralized. What is different at SwissBorg is today is that, we were still maybe in our pajamas working all together a year ago, but today we're a decentralized team that is based in Lausanne, in Zurich as well. We have an office with 4 people working in Japan, in Toronto as well, and we just recruited some person in London. We want to make sure that we're covering all the different hours, but more importantly as well for the trading, but we want to make sure that we understand it as well. What are we offering? 2 different tokens. The first token, the CHSB, essentially is a smart share within our company. So that means the token actually is a share, and you'll actually have governance rights over our company. And the CSB token is a multi-strategy token hedge fund, where we're giving 100% back to the community. In a few other words, you will understand that our token hedge fund, the CSSB, is a token hedge fund that gets exposure to crypto assets, and we don't only do buy and hold. We actually have more tactical strategies. We have arbitrage strategies. We have machine learning algorithms that trades the market 24 hours. We have event-driven, and obviously we invest into you guys as well. With that being said, my name is Cyrus Fazels. I'm the proud founder and CEO of SwissBorg. Thank you very much for listening.